Hello students, hope you all are doing good at home. So I am a computer science teacher. Have you all finished your classwork? Writing for your first 3 units, Unit 1, Unit 2 and Unit 3. After finishing your classwork, just come and submit. I will be correcting it for you. So today we are going to see a 4th unit, okay, tools and layers in Photoshop CS6. So in 3rd lesson, we have studied about the introduction. Yeah, a very basic introduction about Adobe Photoshop CS6, isn't it? So in this lesson, we are going to learn about the various tools and layers, okay, which are used in the Photoshop CS6. So let me go to the lesson. Adobe Photoshop provides you options to change the color and alter the image using some tools. Yes, so this image editing software, it has various options in order to change the color and the image. Okay, it helps to repair an image and make changes to photographs with certain options and tools. Photoshop helps to make an image looks more attractive. So when you use Adobe Photoshop, it helps to make an image much more attractive. Okay, it got various options and tools. So first we'll see about the painting tools. Adobe Photoshop provides several tools for painting and editing image color. These tools repair damaged images, apply repeated patterns or replace colors in an image. So see children, this painting tool, we have various painting tools. So what does it do? This Adobe Photoshop provides various tools for painting. Okay, so it repairs the damaged images. So it applies the repeated patterns or replace colors in an image. Okay, first we'll see about healing brush tool. What do you mean by this? This tool is used to correct small blemishes in scanned photos. Okay, see this example picture. Here in this girl's cheek, some blemishes are there. Yes, so using this healing brush tool, we have removed that blemishes, and see the on your right side you will be seeing using healing brush tool. After using the healing brush tool, see the picture on your right side, all the blemishes are removed. Yes, are you all able to see children? Yes, okay. So let's see how to use this healing brush tool. Okay, select the healing brush tool from the toolbox. Hold down the Alt key and click on the base color required to heal. Click over the blemish. See? So using this healing brush tool, we are going to remove the blemishes. Okay. First, from the toolbox, you need to click healing brush tool. Okay. Then what is the second step? Hold down the Alt key. You will be finding Alt key on your keyboard. Yes. So hold down the Alt key and click on the base color, which means you need to click on the color which you would require to change the blemishes. Okay, so hold down the Alt key. You will be seeing this Alt key on the keyboard. Just hold down the Alt key and click on the base color, which means you are required to choose a color, okay, which you want to heal. Which color you would like to choose, you can choose the required color and hold down the Alt key. Okay, then click over the blemish. Once if you click over the blemishes will be removed. Clear children? First you need to select the healing brush tool from the toolbox, then holding down the Alt key, choose the base color, then click over the blemish. Okay, clear? So next we will see about the brush tool. See this? This tool helps to draw brush strokes of different thickness and colors. Why this brush tool is used? In order to draw brush strokes. Okay, see this picture, using brush tool to draw lines and shapes. We can draw various lines and shapes using this brush tool with various colors and different thickness. Okay, what are the steps to use this brush tool? Select the brush tool from the toolbox. Click on the selected area and drag to draw the lines. Use the options bar to change the brush mode, opacity and flow. Okay, so the first step you need to select the brush tool from the toolbox. Then click on the selected area and drag to draw the lines. So in which area you would like to draw, you can just click and you can draw and you can drag to draw the lines. Okay, you can use your mouse to drag. Okay, so use the options bar to change the brush mode, opacity and flow. What do you mean by this? You can use this options bar. See children, this is the option bar. You can change the brush size, thickness. Okay, you can change the mode, normal mode or various options you'll be having, opacity and flow. Okay, these 4 options are available in this option bar. Okay, you can just click. So next we'll see about the clone stamp tool. This tool is used for cloning one part of the image to another part. It helps to take a sample of an image and apply over another image or a part of the same image. What do you mean by this? Why this tool is used? In order to clone. What do you mean by cloning? Making duplicate image. Yes. So this tool is used for cloning one part of the image to another part. Okay, the same image will be replicated. Okay, so it helps to take a sample of an image. We are going to take a sample of the original image and apply over another image. Okay, the steps to use the clone stamp tool are: select the clone stamp tool from the toolbox, hold down the Alt key and click on the certain part of the image to start the copy point. Place the mouse over the part of the new document to apply the sampled image. Click and drag the mouse across the page to copy the picture. See children, the first step we are going to do is select the tool, clone stamp tool from the toolbox. Then similar step we are going to follow. You are going to just hold down the Alt key on the keyboard and click on the certain portion of the image to start the copy point. Okay, so which portion you would like to copy, you can just click on the sample image. Okay, then place the mouse over the part of the new document. Then you need to place the mouse in the new destination part. Okay, new destination document, new document. Okay, to apply the sampled image. Then you are going to just click and drag the mouse across the page to copy the picture. How do you copy the picture? You can just click and drag the mouse. Okay, so see this. This diagram explains before using clone stamp tool, and here it shows after using clone stamp tool. Yes, see this lotus image is copied to two different portions. Yes, 2 different areas. Yes, clear? So this is about the clone stamp tool. So next we are going to see about the art history brush tool. This tool is used to reveal the initial state of the image when opened in Photoshop. See, when you open an image in Photoshop, when you use this art history brush tool, it reveals the initial state of the image. The image appeared before. Okay, that can be created using this art history brush tool. Clear? See one example. If a colored image is made black and white, then when the history brush tool is used, wherever a paint stroke on the image is made, it will become colored there. Okay, understand children? See, if you make a colored image into black and white, okay, when you use this history brush tool, what it does, wherever a paint stroke on the image is made, okay, it will reveal the initial state of the image, which means it reveals the colored image. Okay, you're going to make the colored image into black and white. So when you use this history brush tool, it will make the image as colored. Initial state of the image will be appeared. Okay, let's see the steps children. Open the image file, select the art history brush tool from the toolbox, select the desired options from the options bar, paint with a brush to get the desired effect of the image. See, before using art history brush tool, see this picture, it reveals after using the art history brush tool. Okay, understand? So what are the steps you are going to follow? First you are going to open the image file, then select this tool from the toolbox, select the desired options from the options bar. From the option bar you can select the desired options, then paint with the brush to get the desired effect of the image. Clear? Okay, So next we'll see about the eraser tool. So it is the most important and main tool in Adobe Photoshop. See, this tool is used to remove part of an existing path or stroke. This tool can also be used on paths to erase. Why this eraser tool is used? In order to remove some part of the image, in order to erase something, in order to delete something. Okay. So it can be used on paths to erase. See, what are the steps? Select the eraser tool from the toolbox. Click on the part of the image to be erased. Click and drag to erase the pixels of unwanted part. See, first you are going to select this eraser tool from toolbox. Then click on the part of the image to be erased. So whichever portion you are going to erase, you need to click on the part of the image. Then click and drag using your mouse pointer to erase the pixels of unwanted parts. See, this diagram shows using eraser tool. See, we have used eraser tool here. See, we have used eraser tool here and we have rubbed the portion of the image. Clear? Understand everyone? So this part shows the erased portion of the original image. Clear everyone? This is about the which tools? Painting tools. Yes. So next we are going to see about the paint bucket tool. This tool is used to apply a color fill to a selected part of the image or to an entire layer. See why this paint bucket tool is used? From the name itself you could able to understand. Yes. So this tool is used to apply a color fill. Color fill option is there to selected part of the image. Okay, what are the steps? Select a desired layer to apply the paint bucket tool. Select the paint bucket tool from the toolbox. Click on the starting point and click the area to apply the color fill. See children, this diagram shows the before using paint bucket tool, color is not filled over here. Yes, are you all able to see? So here we have used paint bucket tool. So we have used this paint bucket tool in order to fill the yellow color. Yes, in order to fill yellow color in paint bucket tool. Okay, so we need to click on the starting point and click the area to apply the color fill. Clear everyone? So this is about the paint bucket tool. Okay, next we will see about how to create effects. The Photoshop is used as an image editing software rather than drawing software. The existing photos can be given special effects to appear more attractive, giving it an elegant look. Yes. So we are using this Adobe Photoshop not only to draw. Yes. As we have seen in the earlier lesson, your third unit, these photos can be given special effects using this Adobe Photoshop so that the image will look more elegant. Okay. So first we'll see about the gradient tool. A gradient is a fill consisting of two or more colors blending together. This tool can make a gradient of color in the selected area or within the whole image. Why this gradient tool is used? In order to mix, in order to blend two or more colors. So this tool makes a gradient of color in the selected area or the whole image. So let's see the steps. Open an image of a scenery or flower. Select the gradient tool from the toolbox. Select the desired gradient type from the options bar. See children, you will be having three different gradient types. Linear gradient, shades from the start point to the end point in a straight line. So your shades will be appearing from the starting point to the ending point in a straight line. What is the second type? Radial gradient. Shades from the starting point to the ending point appears in a circular pattern. Okay. So next is angle gradient. Shades in an anti-clockwise sweep around the start point. So your shades will appear in anti-clockwise direction around the start point. So first you are going to open the image of scenery or a flower, then select the gradient tool from the toolbox, then select the your required gradient type from the options bar. Okay, from any one of these gradient types. So see, two more options are there. Reflective gradient, shades using symmetric linear gradients on either side of the start point. Okay, so when you select this reflective gradient, your shades will appear in a symmetric line gradient on either side of the starting point. Okay, diamond gradient, shades from the start point outward in a diamond pattern. So in this gradient, your shades will be appear in a diamond pattern. Clear? So see what is the next point. Gradient presets. In the gradient editor gives the options to create a gradient from templates or customize by own. Gradient presets in the gradient editor. Okay, it is one of the option which is used to create a gradient from templates or customize by own. By default we will be having different gradient styles, so we can also customize our own style using this gradient presets option. Okay, so specify a blending mode and opacity for the gradient. Okay, so next we'll see about the blending modes. See, there are three different blending modes option. Reverse, it swaps the selected colors of the gradient. Tether, it creates a smoother gradient. Transparency, it creates a transparency mask for the gradient fill. Okay, so these are the three different blending modes. You can specify whichever blending mode is needed. Okay, so see, this diagram shows before using gradient tool. So this on your right side, this diagram shows after using gradient tool. Okay, are you able to see the difference? See, the colors are lightened in the second picture after using gradient tool. Okay, so let's see the steps. So position the pointer in the image to apply the gradient. After configuring all options, click to set the starting point of the gradient. Drag and release to define the ending point. To constrain the line angle to a multiple of 45 degree, hold down and press shift key and drag. To adjust the look of the gradient, try adjusting the start point and end point. These are the steps you are going to follow in order to use the gradient. Okay, so read these steps, children. So next we'll see about the smudge tool. This tool is used to smear the paint on the canvas. It gives an effect of fingerprinting. The steps to use the smudge tool are: select the smudge tool from the toolbox, choose the brush mode and strength, drag the tool over the areas where we want to apply the smudge. See this diagram, it shows before using smudge tool. On your right side it shows after using smudge tool. For what smudge tool is used? In order to smear the paint on the canvas. So this smudge tool gives the effect like finger painting. So what are the steps? Select the tool from the toolbox. You can choose your own brush mode and strength from the options. Drag the tool over the areas where you want to apply the smudge. Okay, are you able to see the difference? Smudge tool is used here for the eyebrows, for this lady picture. Yes. Okay, next we'll see about the dots tool. This tool is used to lighten the dark areas of the image. Just choose the tool and start painting on the image. What are the steps to use this dots tool? Select the dots tool from the toolbox. Choose the desired brush and hardness from brush preset picker from the options bar. Specify the values for range and exposure from the options bar. Click and drag on the desired area of the image to lighten the pixels. Okay. So why this dots tool is used? In order to lighten the dark areas of the image. Okay, so just you can simply choose this tool and start painting on the image in order to lighten the dark areas of the image. First select the tool from the toolbox, then you can select your desired brush and hardness from which option? Brush preset picker option. Then you can specify the values for the range and exposure. Okay, then click and drag using the mouse pointer on the desired area of the image to lighten the pixels. Okay, see this check corner. Burn tool is used to darken the light areas on the image. This does the opposite function of dots tool. Okay, dots tool is used to lighten the darken area of the image, whereas this burn tool is used to darken the lighter areas of the image. Clear, children? See, it shows before using dots tool. On your right it shows after using dots tool. On your right side picture your images is lightened. Yes, clear? So this is about today's class, children. So let me have a short recap for today's class. We have seen about the various tools, painting tools. Yes, what are the different tools we have seen? Healing brush tool, clone stamp tool, art history brush tool, eraser tool, paint bucket tool. So these are the various painting tools. Okay. So next we have seen how to create effects. So which tool we are using here? Gradient tool. So there are 5 different types of gradients are there. Then we have seen about the blending mode. There are 3 different types of blending modes. Okay. Then we have seen about the smudge tool. Then we have seen about the dots tool, and in the tech corner we have seen about the burn tool. Clear? So all of you just take your book and have a quick recap for today's class. Okay, the remaining portions we'll be seeing in the next class. Okay children, thank you all.